Hi, this is Ricky-san. I'm a Pi consultant. In this video, I want to talk about installing Pi without a domain, right? Just have a discussion because I see my client ask me to install Pi without a domain. That's why this topic summed up. And generally, the first thing I tell them is not recommended. When I work in OSIsoft, I saw that too. And it is generally super difficult to set up because Windows security is one thing. So if they are not in one domain, you couldn't install different component in different box. Usually when you first get started, you just, I just want my data to be collected, right? I want to install my interface and then the data archive. And then that's fine, right? If you just treat like you buy the traditional data historian, collect data from one machine, Pi interface box to the data archive, then you don't need Windows integrated security. Those can be done just like a traditional historian, but you don't need to buy Pi if you think just collecting data. But if you bought Pi, you are thinking ahead because the real business value is from the AF and Pi Vision, right? Pi AF will allow you to structure your data, do the analysis, send a notification, so they become proactively tackle the problem instead of reactively when things break and then they have to go fix it, right? And Pi Vision is a visualization tool, so you can build trend, you can build useful dashboard for your processes, right? Having said that, right, the real value is in AF and analytics and the Pi Visions. That means if you install Pi without a domain, try put everything inside one servers. If you are thinking, okay, I think I just mentioned like 5 components, right? AF, SQL database, Pi Vision, data archive, and the Pi interface, right? If they are on different box without a domain, it is like you built a tall building, build a high rise, and you didn't build a foundation. You don't have a foundation, and then you put things on it. It's not going to work. It's crazy to think you can do that. You can set this up without a domain because there is no documentation as well. Best documentation I remember is like you have to create the same username and password for all the servers. So let's say you have 5 servers, you have to create 5 accounts in different servers. One server's like administrator, and then the password with the same password, and then put everything in with the same password. Where is the security there? It's driving me crazy. Don't even go that route. You don't have a foundation, you cannot put more stuff in it. And the best advice I give you is just keep it simple. Install everything in one box, and then when momentum picks up, separate everything and then join the domain, right? So if you just have no domain, it does not scale, right? Does not scale. And eventually you have to ask people to help you separate them. And then one of the example I want to give you is like when I was working in OSIsoft, I go in and they ask me to install Pi for them, and they don't have a domain. I have to convince them to put a domain inside their control network, because in their control network, there is no IT, right? IT is only managing the business network or the corporate network. And then if you cross to the OT, right, you call it Operation Technology Network, Control Network, there is no IT. And when there is no IT, who is going to create the domain, right? And luckily that client has the capability to create a servers, domain controller servers, right? And then he joined those computers like the Pi server boxes into that domain controllers, and then we could talk about having the domain and then set up all these 8 interface, Pi Vision, SQL Express, and have Windows integrated security works. But there's a cost, right? He become his own IT department inside the control network. He created his own IT department, and he has to patch all the servers himself. He's not IT, he's like a process engineer. So that's a hard thing for him to do so many servers, and also like when people from the business network want to access the Pi Vision display, they have to type in a different set of username and password from that domain that he created so that he can access the Pi Vision display. He was using basic authentication, so that's fine. That's the answer to installing Pi without the domain. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe as well as hitting the bell icon. I'll see you next week. Bye.